man walks away from you, let's reverse it now. If a man walks away from you or ghosts you with no explanation, or they may have other options and things like that, what you don't want to do as a woman is question it. You don't care. You're unbothered, okay? If you are not unbothered when you're ghosted, then you're doing this all wrong. The point of being ghosted is to be unbothered. A lot of times when a man ghosts a woman, sometimes, not all the time, it's to get the woman to chase. And you're not that type of woman, so you're not going to chase. Another reason is either they can't afford you, or they found somebody else, or they went back to whoever they were with in the first place. So you don't want to care why. If they wanted you, they would be there. Okay? So don't ever question why a man ghosts you. If they come back into your life, charge them admission, okay? Sprinkle, charge them admission. You want back in, it's gonna cost you, baby. And this is teaching them at the same time. If you ghost me again, it's gonna cost you even more if you try to come back here, right? And therefore, there's no feelings attached, there's only money attached when it comes to letting someone back in. So they know that you're not emotionally attached to them. So now their goal is to get you emotionally attached to them. And that's what they're gonna keep trying to do.
This is the psychology for...
I don't like that. I don't like that not one fucking bit. What you mean? What is go? You know, I just did a video not too long ago when we was talking about you know, broke dudes and all this shit. What if a dude was trying to get his shit together before he puts you in the midst of all his bullshit? You know what I'm saying? And then you want to come through with all this fucking playing. And see, this said, man, these niggas. You would think niggas like to play the video game, but these bitch. Do girls think life is video games and shit? All about playing some fucking games, huh? You know what, bro? Bro. That's why we can't get nowhere. These girls like playing these fucking foggy ass glasses. Damn, I look like motherfucking. I like that nigga on roll bounce. Swaggle. Oh, I don't know his name. Dang, bitch, still dirty. But nah, I hope I ain't scared you. But yeah, all this playing. Why y'all always playing? I ain't no PlayStation 4. Damn.
Why men return to a woman's life out of literally nowhere. When you understand the psychology of why men return to a woman's life, you'll understand men overall in a better light. So I'll give you guys a few reasons as to why a man would return to a woman's life. One of the biggest reasons, if not the biggest one, is validation or an ego boost. If a man suddenly disappears for months on end and then you randomly get a message, "Hey, sorry, I've been busy with work," he's not really checking up on you. What he's doing is seeing if you're going to give him access for an ego boost or for validation. You think he suddenly grew some sort of emotions for you? He didn't really miss you throughout this time. He wasn't even thinking about you throughout all this time. He just wants to see if you're there to stroke his ego. The best move here is silence, because when a man does this, he's not offering anything special, anything significant, anything of any value. He's simply checking in to see if you're going to boost his ego or not. Common phrases that he'll say when trying to return back into your life is, "I miss you, let's get back together, I'm so sorry, I made a mistake." Don't give into it. Another reason is the realization that the grass was not greener on the other side. In a lot of cases, men will think that the grass is greener over there on the other side, but then they realize, shit, hold up, this grass ain't even watered. Let me go right back to where that bitch was watered, because this motherfucker looking real yellow and burnt. Some men will leave because they think they can do better, and then they return because they realize they couldn't do any better. It's this idea of having an abundance mindset, the idea that another train is coming along, the illusion of endless and limitless options. But then they get bit in the ass and they realize that dating's not as easy as they thought. So what do? They hope to return back and pick up where they left off. Another reason is loneliness and nostalgia. Men and women process breakups differently on average. While you're crying your eyes out and you're journaling, you're getting therapy for the breakup, he might be out there enjoying himself in casual flings with his friends, partying it up, living a life of excitement. But then that nostalgia creeps in And the first thing he does is hit you up. When he does that, it's not about wanting you back, it's about soothing his discomfort. Never forget that. And another reason for why men will return to a woman's life is because you were always the safest option. Men love comfort, so they'll always return to that which feels familiar or that which they know is comfortable. But do not make the mistake of believing that just because a man returned to your life, it's about actual love, because usually it's not. Usually it's just about them seeking comfort and them wanting that validation that they are now no longer having because they no longer have you.
No, they...
Nigga, whose side is you on? Nigga, fuck wrong. Get somebody come get this nigga. Pick me ass nigga. But hold up, let me get back to what he said though. Eric, bro. This is the thing, and this is why, you know, when you listen to niggas like this is why your self-esteem low, ladies. Why do you, when a nigga come back, you gotta look at it in a negative feature? See, this is the thing. If a girl come back in a nigga life, alright, that means somebody wasn't loving her. Like, that means she went to find better and couldn't find better. When a nigga come back, that means he really loved me. I'm gonna just be honest. Because what happens is when the commotion slow down and the sirens from the party end and the lights get dim and the music get low, our mind get to racing. What is it racing about? It's racing about a future without you. Doesn't look right. It ain't nothing, because this is the thing. You know, the heart want what the heart want. And, you know, when a nigga, this is the thing. It's hard to get a nigga to love, but when a nigga love hard. And if you a real female, you understand this. And this is why you'll see sometimes where you'll see niggas crash out. You see niggas die about that shit. Girl, you don't see girls out here really dying about that dick. You don't see girls really dying about that dick. But you see niggas dying about that coochie, though. Why do you think so? It's not about the coochie. It's about this. It's about what's in here. The heart, baby. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's willing to die or spend life in prison for that motherfucker, you gotta understand. Cause you gotta understand the love a nigga got is so deep. It's so deep. But, you know, these girls, I mean, y'all cry it off. Y'all shake it off. Y'all shake a little ass and titties. Y'all back on the market. I'm single again. Back on the pride. I thought he was worth it. I don't know why. I'm single again. I know how y'all do it. And it's all good. I don't blame you. But it's just when you got a nigga loving you, ain't nothing really better. You know what I'm saying? So,
literally come back. Every single one, every single time. They're gonna come back if you block them. They're gonna come back if they said they never want to talk to you again. They're gonna come back if they live in another country. In fact, since making the original video with this comment on it, 2 people have come back within a week. Both of them were blocked. Seriously, 3 days after I posted the original video, another person came back. And do you want to know how he came back? Via email. This man sent me an email asking if we could talk. You know what's crazy too is I felt really down in the original video because I was like, why didn't these people see my value at first? Why do they always come back and see my value later? This time when this other person tried to come back, I felt a completely different way about it. I'm not even gonna lie, I actually started getting emotional in the car because I was talking to God or the universe, and I was like, wow, thank you so much for making both of these people try to come back and for showing me that this entire time I was not the problem. Like, I really spent all of this time thinking that these people's inability to commit, these people's lack of emotional intelligence, their communication styles were all a reflection of me. Could not be further from the truth. I've been enough this entire time. I've been worthy and deserving and valuable this entire time. It was not my fault that they did not see that at first. And that's why I got so emotional, because I was like, wow, it really took 2 men that I purposely cut out of my life trying to come back within a week of each other to realize that it was never about me. And that's what our ego likes to do. Our ego likes to make everything about us. It loves to take everything personally. It loves to play the victim. And it just makes me grateful.
Act like I ain't catch that little wholeness right there. You want talk two niggas coming back. You see, that's the thing about y'all girls. Girls, they loving you. They got 6 emotional attachments for 6 different niggas. You know, I'm not gonna do you like this. We in an early, which is Wednesday. God damn, it's already Wednesday. I'm gonna let her play. I'm gonna let her talk, and then I'm gonna come in and talk my shit. I think she's almost done.
That I can be in this place now compared to where I was a few days ago, realizing that, like I said, I wasn't the problem. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels really, really good having the power, being the one in control of the situation. But yeah, moral of the story is, yeah, they do come back. At least for me, they do every single time. I'm not bragging about it. I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than anyone else. I'm just saying in my experience, yes, they always come back.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but
if y'all want him to come back, this is some rules. Because I just noticed these. I just asked you, first love. This your first love. And I always thought about jumping back. Until I seen her big ass. I was like, all right, dude. I was like, I really wanted to. But she's worse than where I left her. So my message is, ladies, if y'all want a man to come back, make sure you at the same level or better when a nigga coming through, you on his radar. Because, bro, and that she blow up like a damn balloon. Nothing against big girls. Y'all know I love my big girls, but god damn. I mean, I already knew that was finna happen. Because, man, I remember this one time I'm with her, we chilling. Nigga, it's 8 a.m. She talking about a dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme. I said, but you didn't even brush your teeth. You talking about a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. Like, we got class in an hour. You talking, she didn't even talk about regular breakfast, a little egg McMuffin. She talking about a 12 stack. A stack of donuts. No milk. Straight donuts. I said, oh man, she's done. She's done. How didn't you even thank God for your day before you start seeking donuts? You looking up coupons for donuts. This shit didn't. So my thing is, I try to come and spin the block. The block was too full. There was too many cars on the block. Nigga, it was fire hose and shit. I'm just saying, like, baby, like, I'm just saying, you gotta come back more trim than when you left it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come back better, or you gotta come back at the same level. Because she was that same, chunk of, that little ab, you know what I'm saying? She did it, hey. But I came through, I said, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4 back rolls. What's going on in this shit? Hey, she be built like a croissant. I ain't here to fat shame nobody, but I'm just saying though, you know what I'm saying? Like that. So the homie probably came back and she's still looking good. You know what I'm saying? I know that was off topic, but I couldn't wait to say that.
your ex does not miss you. His demon does. Or her demon, for the guys. Let me explain it this way. I've taken people through deliverance, and one of the most common things I've heard demons say when they're being cast out is, please don't cast me out. I'm not finished yet. In other words, they have an assignment. They have something they were supposed to accomplish with a certain individual. And they actually get in trouble with their superiors whenever they don't finish those assignments. Remember, even though the kingdom of darkness is not divided, there is no love in the kingdom of darkness. There's no understanding. There is no mercy. So demons freak out when they're being cast out because they're going to get in trouble. So let's say that an unclean spirit got access to you through an ex of yours, when that person was your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or maybe your spouse. And that spirit wreaked havoc in your life. And that spirit became one with you through that person. And by one, I mean it had access to you. Even when they left, it still had access to you through the soul tie you had with them. But over the course of time, the soul tie began to weaken after you broken up, of course. You gave your life over to the Lord, or you got closer to God, And as soul tie began to weaken, or in many cases, it went ahead and broke. Trust me, that demon felt that snap. So your ex was probably lying in bed watching a football game or a basketball game, or maybe he was strolling the internet, and all of a sudden he had a thought about you. He said to himself, I wonder what such and such is doing. Then he looked you up on social media, and you know what? You didn't look so bad. So he either decided to text message you or he inboxed you. Either way, he decided to contact you and exchange the he for she if need be. The truth of the matter is, he doesn't miss you. That unclean spirit is just trying to regain access to you. And hear me, reconnection doesn't have to be sexual. Soul ties are built through communication and association. So the minute you start talking back to that ex, you are in the midst of reforming a soul tie. I don't know if I have enough time to tell this story, but I had an ex to reach out to me on social media about a month ago. I had two exes to reach out to me that day. I ignored them both, obviously. But this particular one, we'll call him Jason. Jason and I dated when I was 16 and when I was 20. I only allowed him back in my life when I was 20 because he said he was a man and he was a child back when he was 16. Of course, I was young then, naive. Long story short, Jason asked me to take him to his house one day, and he was living around the corner from me in a new space. To spare you the details, while Jason was in a house, a car pulled up. Jason comes outside, sees the car, looks like a deer in headlights, runs in my car and asks me to speed away. The car gave chase, obviously. Jason had no choice but to tell me the truth after I lost the car, and he told me that he was living with a woman. He also showed me a bullet and said that he was going to put it in me if I left him.
The reason why he's always coming back once you're broken up is because you're presenting him with a mental challenge again. You're mentally stimulating this man just like you did in the beginning, but you've gotten comfortable because, you're so forgiving, you love this man so much, so all of a sudden you become really convenient, you're nurturing your man, you're tailoring everything to his needs throughout the relationship, and you've forgotten who the frick you are. All of a sudden, by being so attached and needy and anxious and desperate, you're pushing this man away. And then one day you think, no, I'm going to choose myself. I'm going to choose my own dignity and self-respect rather than this man's presence in my life, and you choose to walk away from him. Okay, great for you. All of a sudden, you embody the same version that you used to be when you were single before you actually were in a relationship with this man. The version of yourself that your man was actually drawn to and fell in love with. So you all of a sudden embody that exact same mentality again, and that is the reason why he comes back around, because he's drawn to you again, because he's realizing you are the mental challenge again. You are so unattainable to him. And as we all know, if you follow my page, men love women that are presenting them a challenge. Men love women that are on the pedestal, that are unattainable to them. So once they win her over, they feel like their ego is inflated. They're the man that has the biggest testosterone-fueled body, mindset, whatever, because they give themselves a pat on the shoulder and think, man, I really did that. I won that woman over because she wasn't easy, okay? And a lot of women become easy during the relationship. They become convenient because they feel that their love language is, I need to nurture my man, I need to mother my man, which by the way is the biggest fucking misconception in society, okay? And we're also not in the 18th century anymore. By nurturing your man, by tailoring all of everything your entire life to his needs, you are pushing him away. And that is the exact same reason why they always come back once you're broken up, because you are actually becoming the version of yourself that you were used to be in the beginning, that your man was initially drawn to and fell in love with.
A lot of times people don't actually miss.
I don't get this. Who taught these girls this? Bro, I really think that what us niggas should do is we should go and like have like a day where girls just ride with us. Like I want them to day by day go with every task that a nigga go through and see why a nigga would rather pick a girl who want to give a nigga peace of mind over all this bullshit. Like, you gotta understand. That's how, like, girls just want to continuously give niggas more and more stress that's unneeded. It's really unneeded. Like, you not really, like, I want you to really think, like, if I'm sitting here busting my ass Monday through Sunday, nigga, just every day, going through the ups and downs it causes to be a man. And of course, No, a lot of dudes don't like easy women, you know, for sure. Like, you know, easy women ain't always the best. But the one thing guys can't agree on is when you done already built that connection with somebody and it's already, you know, you love him and he love you. We don't want to keep on playing them games. Now it's about what woman give you peace of mind, what woman make you feel good. All this, all being, nigga, what? What? That's why you'll have a rich nigga don't want that girl to work because he want his girl to be the most submissive fucking thing when he get home. He don't want no bullshit. He don't want no lip. He want full cooked shit clean. A nice aroma in that motherfucker. You know why? Because the nigga already stressed out. Y'all making shit more complicated. It's already hard being a nigga. I want my girl being hard too. Pause.
Miss you, they miss the access that they had to your energy. If you were someone who constantly poured into them, uplifted them, or even reacted to them, they have become dependent on that energetic exchange. When you remove your energy, whether through cord cutting, setting boundaries, or just choosing not to engage, they are going to feel your absence. It's an energy supply that's being cut off. And instead of realizing how they took you for granted, what they feel is how you made them feel. And the thing is, when they reach out, they don't try to build a healthy connection. They really just want to see if they still have access to you. They miss your attention, they miss your validation, they miss your emotional support, and that's because, again, you were their energy supply. It is literally like a crack fiend not having their crack anymore. They miss the version of themselves that had access to your energy. Because once you decide to pull away, they can't feed off of your energy anymore, and it changes them, and not for the better. And that is not love, that is an attachment. A great example of this is, you know how like sometimes in friendships you may find out that a friend secretly did not like you, right? And then you start questioning to yourself, well, if this person genuinely didn't like me, why were they always trying to be around me? Why were they always, calling me and trying to hang out if they genuinely did not like me? And the reason is because you were their energy supply. So it's all the same thing. It is not love, it is an attachment. So don't let them back in just because they suddenly feel your absence. They don't miss you, they miss your energy.
Why men come crawling back? Oh yeah, this is gonna be a painful
Nah, I'll put it simple. What niggas want when they trying to come back, they trying to hit that motherfucker. But this is the thing. Though. Reason why it's kind of pivotable. I've been trying to work on this word. I need to get that word down. Pivotal. But when we reaching back out, we trying to see if we can still hit that motherfucker, right? But because we enjoyed that feeling of being that whatever caliber or guy we was when we was hitting you up and we could get that motherfucker. Stay with me. So, like if I hit you up and you answer, I'm that nigga. It's confidence boost right there. If I can still, do I got it like that? That's the question you asking. But if you say no, even guys ain't gonna admit it. They're gonna be like, damn, where did my point? Like I lost a couple points. You know what I'm saying? Because now some nigga in there taking my point. Somebody in there scoring buckets. So it's like what it is. We want to see if we can still have that. Can we still come and make that layup? If that left hand still ain't there, we like, we trying to see if we still got that lefty right there. If you get what I'm saying. So, and if we ain't got it right there, we starting to question the left hand. Like, damn, did I stretch good enough? You like, what the fuck? So it's kind of we trying to see if it's still there. So, how girls get into the energy and shit. Nigga, energy, yeah. It depends on what type of energy you're giving off. It could be a feminine, sexual energy. whatever, of course. So I mean, but honestly, girls come with a lot of different, that's all types of different energies. I'm pretty sure you can take which one from any female, but if you saying what is a nigga trying, and independent of what you want to get out of it, is you trying to say I don't want that nigga feeling like he got it like that? Then fuck with him like that, Put him through some loops. I would say, how does a girl win in that situation? I don't know. I can't even be honest.
So if you watch it all the way through, just be prepared. There are 3 reasons. 1, he couldn't find anyone better out there. 2, he can't stand the idea of no longer having control over you. And the last one, he sees the value in you and actually wants to make a change. It's most likely not that one, so don't get your hopes up. Let's focus on the first one. He understands that when he goes out into his life, there's only a certain amount of women that will tolerate less than nothing. And that's you. He knows that he can disrespect you. He can breadcrumb you. He can cross your boundaries. He can mistreat you and you'll still take him back because you have no self-respect. And he knows in the real world, that's never going to happen with other girls. When he realizes that, he realizes it's probably best if he sticks to disrespecting you. Number 2, and this one is a doozy, he can't stand the idea of no longer having control of you. This one breaks down to what most things with men break down to. It's about ego. The idea that you would no longer break your back, literally break your back, to do whatever he needs you to do, whenever he needs you to do it, makes him feel like he's no longer the man. And sometimes he wants to be reminded that he's the man. That if he really, really wanted to, he could tighten his grip around you and take you wherever he wants to take you.
Why do men continuously come back to a woman's life after they've clearly seen that she has gotten over him already? There's a few answers to that, but there's one that I want to focus on in specific, and it has a lot to do with the male ego. In order to understand why a man keeps coming back into a woman's life after she clearly wants nothing to do with him anymore, it's also important to understand that some relationships are influenced by power dynamics. So when a woman truly moves on from a man, she has emotionally detached from him, but not only that, she's regained her self-worth and regained her power, and this is disruptive to the man's ego. A lot of men can sense when a woman is emotionally available, so the moment that he realizes she's starting to forget about him and actually get over him, she has now become emotionally unavailable. She's no longer reaching out. She's no longer looking for his validation to fill in the void that she may have. Now he's the one reaching out to her. He's the one that has to contact her, and he's the one that has to do everything to hear from her, and this is a direct attack to his ego. When a woman stops caring about a man that she once cared for, it is unsettling to the man because he's now realizing that what he once had, he took for granted. He's realizing that she's actually forgetting about him and moving on and having a better life without him. Her forgetfulness becomes a sort of a power. And the interesting thing is when a man comes back into your life, it's not always about the woman. It's not always about missing the woman or wanting her back. Sometimes the man will come back into a woman's life because he misses the feeling of being desired, the feeling of being validated, the feeling of being craved for. It ain't always about wanting the woman back. Sometimes it's about wanting that feeling back. Not only that, but when a woman truly forgets about a man and gets over him, this challenges his ideas of being irreplaceable. He once thought he was irreplaceable, but now he's seeing that this woman is truly moving on without him and having a better life. He's thinking, damn, I'm a lot more replaceable than what I thought I once was. Here we have a man who thought that he was irreplaceable, and now he's realizing that he's actually very replaceable, and he cannot live with the fact that he is replaceable because of his ego. Drop the ego, gentlemen. It is killing you.
No matter what, men are always coming.
Even though I don't fucking like this fake ass Drake, he low-key was in his bag. I'm gonna be honest. Because, bro, that's 100. But, because every nigga on this planet, they want to have a version of them feeling like the man. And that's why you got a lot of dudes who want women a lot, because most of the times that isn't one of the easiest ways you can have that I'm the man feeling. And, let me call her up, see if I'm still the man. I'm still the man. I'm the man. You know, and then because then it'll fuck you up, because then it's like you the man to somebody. Damn, I got that Rudolph Red-Nose shit going on. Y'all see that motherfucker? Yeah, he doing the video with us. Fucking big ass zit, pissed me off. That can hurry up and make you feel like you ain't the man, you know, or you at least ain't the man in her eyes. And the less females you the man in their eyes, and the less manly you feel. You get what I'm saying? So the more, like, let's say if I got 5 girls, right? And I call all 5 of them, they all ain't fucking with me. I'm like, damn. Hey, then, cause this is, hey, if you a dude, you ever been drunk and you start calling? You think you that nigga, you drunk, and you start calling everybody. You start calling, like, ding, ding, ding. You feel like the man that night. You're like, oh, yeah, I might get something tonight. Call the first girl. You call the first girl, be like, damn. Call the second, damn. Call the third, she kind of fucking with you. You fumble, damn. Then each girl you call, then it's the end of the night, like, damn. I don't even want to get drunk no more. Fuck this shit. You know, that's really how we go. And that's because you trying to get that man, because you feel like the alcohol got you feeling like the man, and you trying to fulfill the night through. You trying to use that manly powerness for the right thing, you know, I guess for the right thing, right or wrong, it don't matter, whatever you look at it. But then you trying to put this energy somewhere, and then boom, you figure out what? You ain't the man. Fuck you up.
Back. A lot of you women may think, oh, he realized he effed up, or he realized I'm the one, or without me, he started to miss me, and things like that. He might have missed you, but not missed being with you. And there's a big difference. He misses the assets, the things you offer, the benefits, whether it's sexual, it's validation, it's a woman he's talking to, things like that. Because if he truly liked you, and he wanted to be with you in the first place, none of this shit would have happened. None of this would have happened. When a guy comes back around, it's usually 2 reasons. 1, he wants the assets, and 2, you're what I call pre-qualified. And what this means is, you know what, I think I can get these things from her. It's much easier to get it from her because we already messed around. We already been through all the bullshit. We already hooked up. I know she likes me. It's just easier to convince her than convince another woman and having to start from scratch.
Why do men always come back? And believe me, they always do. I saw someone on TikTok explaining why men come back after they choose you over someone else, or why they watch your stories, or interact with you after they leave you. He used an analogy that made total sense. The ice cream versus the juicy steak. When a man comes back into your life, whether that's through social media or maybe he's blowing up your phone, there's a reason for that. Regardless of that reason, he either misses you or misses the time and energy and effort you gave him because he didn't find that elsewhere. Let's break this down using the same analogy. Let's envision this man as a child, and it's summer. His mum's at home cooking him steak. He's outside playing with his friends when the ice cream truck comes by. He's so hungry and dinner's not going to be ready for a while. So instead, he chooses the cheap, fast and fun alternative. Ice cream. He loves ice cream and it gave him that satisfaction he was looking for in the moment. But then he remembered, I'm lactose intolerant. My stomach hurts. This didn't last as long as I was hoping it would, and I just remembered Mum's making dinner. So now he's thinking about that juicy steak. So he runs home and goes back to that juicy steak he knows is waiting for him. So here's the thing, and I'm looking at you men out there. Not all women are going to wait. She's most likely moved on, happy, and trying to heal from the trauma of the breakup. And for others, sometimes they do wait, and sometimes they do give you a second chance because they love you. But sadly, sometimes these men will stay in the virtual streets. Like your posts because they know they chose wrong and they miss you. But you're the juicy steak, not the ice cream.
Just because he's coming back does not mean he's changed, girl. It does not mean
Everybody like a fucking steak. See, this is the thing, man. This is one thing guys got that girls can't. Girls can't love 2 dudes at the same time. And I know this about to come off really bad, but I think it's so. I think it's okay for a guy to see ice cream, but realize I need all the nutrients steak can give me. That's just real. I don't think girls got the capacity. And this is another testimony to let you know a girl love you so much, but what a girl love is like. But I don't think a girl can love a man and love, like, she can't really love two men at the same time. She can't be truly in love with two men at the same time. And where was I going with this? What I was saying though is the steak is always like, no matter how many ice cream parlors you go to, a man always gonna know like the steak is home. And that's it. And that's the thing. Like, a steak lover can never go away. That's why you can't see a vegan ain't never had a good steak. That's just facts. A superb chop house steak, $100-$300 steak. I ain't for real. I know that's an expensive ass steak, but medium well done, medium well, extra, well seasoned steak. My boy, you're not going vegan because you always gonna have it. Like, that's real. This is me, my personal life. I'm always like, I'll be with a girl and I get with as many girls as I, whatever. I'm always like, damn, like, what if me and her would have made it work? So a nigga can't never, like, if a nigga love you, he can't really fall out of love with you. Like, if he feel like you the one, you the one. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. So it's like, and girls gotta understand that. And I think you can personally feel like if a nigga think you the one. That's just me. I think a girl can kind of sense that. When a girl feel like she an option and a dude ain't battling, like, I don't know. Maybe guys don't have a good way of showing it and shit, but I do feel like a girl is good at understanding when a nigga is like, oh, you get what I'm saying?
He's seen the light now and wants to take you seriously. Most times, guys come back because old habits die hard. Let's be serious. He sends you a thinking about you text after weeks, months of silence? Like, what could have possibly caused my name to cross your mind today? Sir, please, move on down to the next name in your phone because I am not here for your entertainment, and that's what he sees you as. It's easy to come back to what's familiar, especially if you've let him back several times. He sees you as convenient. You're easy. You are not the 7-Eleven. You are not a come and go, girl. Yes, there's a convenience store in the Midwest called Come and Go, y'all. That man just wants attention and that temporary connection without the commitment. He will use you for validation because it strokes his ego and it helps build up his confidence. You letting him come back makes him feel like he's still got it and he's still got you. You are not some trophy to boost his self-esteem when he's feeling low, girl. You deserve someone who values you for who you are, not just as some temporary ego boost. Know your worth. Set those boundaries. Do not settle for breadcrumbs when there are men out there who want to give you the whole bakery, okay? At the end of the day, it's about prioritizing your own happiness and not waiting around for someone who's not on the same page as you. Life is too short. Do not settle for being someone's validation fix. Do not be afraid to walk away if you're not getting the respect and commitment you deserve. Do not let that man back into your life. Who is this man? It's been too long. I don't even remember anymore. That's how you should be when he pops back up after so long out of nowhere.
I hate to break it to you, but just because he keeps coming back, that does not mean...
That's why it's scary to really let a girl out your sight, gang. Because you know if you lose a girl, it's over with. It's not like with a girl and a dude where, like, it's not like with... If you a girl, let's say you a girl, right? And you like, I need, that dude, like... He could be in a whole ass relationship, but if he, like, knew... If you're the one for him... He gonna throw all that shit away. But if a girl, hey, this is the scary thing about being a man. If that girl fall out of love with you, gang, it's over with. You might as well try that shit in another, that's scary though. It's really scary, high key. But you really hope you is that nigga to her. Cause if she come and replace your ass and she fall in love with a whole nother nigga, you feel me? Cause I was just dealing with this girl, right? And she got this nigga tatted, right? And she like, I want to be with you, but I felt so, cause I can tell how she got an attachment to this nigga. And I feel like I could put an attachment on her if I really wanted to. But I don't really want to. I ain't really got, you know what I'm saying? I really don't want a girl who that deep in with a nigga. You can love a nigga, but she too deep in with her. But she, I know she won't. She's begging for it though. She's begging for somebody to take her out of that love trend she got for that nigga. The nigga she fucking with in jail for life. I think. She's like, oh, somebody just get me away from this love trend she got for the nigga. Cause I can tell even when we talk about the situation, I don't like to talk. I feel like it's pillow talking, me talking about her situation or whatever. But when I talk to her about it, I'm like, oh, I can sense you still got love for this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I can sense it like really well. But so it's like I can tell. But like, if I was to put my magic on her, and let's say he do get out of jail, he done with. But if he get out of jail right now, he could call right now. She ringing. She coming. But if they now came through and he sprinkled that motherfucker, she gone.
He wants you. That doesn't even mean that he loves you. That doesn't even mean that you're his favorite. What I do know is if a man continues to show you that he does not want you and y'all go through this whole toxic situation of the back and forth, the reason why he keeps coming back is not because he's choosing to, it's because you always keep the door open. As soon as he check back to see if you still stuck on stupid, there you go, opening the door and with a big smile on your face. Ain't nothing changed. He's still gonna do you wrong. He's still gonna cheat on you. He's still gonna mentally sabotage you. And listen, when a man affects you emotionally and mentally, you know how hard it is to get out of that pit, because you start believing the lies that he tells you. You start believing that he's the best that God has for you. You start believing that ain't nobody gonna love you like he do. And that's a lie.
I just had an epiphany for the girls that have been ghosted by a guy. Listen to me. If they're an avoidant, they'll always be back. Hear me out. Hold on, okay? So he's an avoidant, right? Which means he has fear of intimacy and emotional feelings and all that. So he ghosts you and he breaks up with you. Well, hold on a hot minute. He's going to go away because he may be in love with you. And most of the time, they do like you a whole lot, okay? It's in between I'm in love with you and I like you a whole lot. It's there somewhere. And it scares him a lot. So he goes away because he's afraid, okay? He comes back because that's what they do. He goes away because he's afraid and then he feels lonely. So he comes back and then it gets really good and then he goes away because he's afraid. Okay? So if you're worried that he's never going to come back, yeah, it may take days, months, weeks, years, I don't know, but he'll come back. Your job as the feminine is to stay still and stay beautiful and feminine if that's what you want to be. If you want to be a girl that's masculine, go ahead. I don't know about that. I know about women in their feminine energy, so that's what I'm going to talk about. Okay? Your job is to stay feminine and stay still.
When he comes back all of a sudden and starts caring all of a sudden, when that's what you've been asking for and begging for all this time, and now suddenly since you don't care, he wants to care, that does not mean that he's changed or that he suddenly has a change of heart. Well, let me put it this way. It doesn't automatically mean that. It could. But you also have to actually vet him again to see if that change is consistent and not just a ploy to get you to come back into their lives because they miss how you love them. Because one thing I know, I find men that do that don't really love you. They love how you love them. And so while that may feel like love, but them coming back like that, it's really love bombing. Yes, you can be love bombed in the middle of a relationship and love bombed multiple times. Those inconsistent men are the hardest to break up with because you always see that little glimmer of hope that maybe they're going to change and do better when they come back trying to act.
That girl right before the black girl, she was in her bag. She was in her bag. That's 100 what she was saying. I'm gonna make this short, but yeah, I think it is because I'm one of those type of guys where I'm like, I really like you, but I really won't show you. Then I'll back away when I know it's getting good because like it's one thing that, like, I'm loving on you, but like consistently loving on you. Oh, you counting on that, and then it's just like boom. You always in your head. So she was in her bag. I'll make this show. I'm probably gonna get up out. Let's get up out of here because this has already been a long video. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think. What do y'all think is the signs of a nigga? You know, if you a guy or a girl, let me know. How do you know if a guy? You know, if a guy. What was kind of our topic today? What does it mean when a guy crawling back? You letting dude crawl back? Is it bad? Is it good? Fellas, what does it mean when you leave and you come back? Is it because you want to go out and do your thing? Do you really like her? Do you not? You know, let's talk. I like these. Let's have a conversation going. But man, it's about that time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And that's where you're going. I don't really know, but I know that I'm gone. Road to 1,000.
Loaded up, young nigga, let it get loaded up. Pour some drink, yeah, I pour. In it tonight in the streets, I'm